Yeah, hey everyone, Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and we are continuing with our AI-only 2020 Championship Series. We are down to the final 12, and it's an interesting final 12 now that I think about it. So we got Victoria, Pericles, Australia, Catherine, Brazil, Rome, Scythia, Mapuche, America, Aztec, Sweden, and Gandhi in the final 12. And I was actually sitting there thinking, I think every one of these civs that has multiple leaders is actually in here, right? We have England. I mean, yeah, we have France because we have Catherine. We have Pericles, which is Greece, and then we had who was it? Gandhi, which is India, right? That was every one of the civs that have two different leaders. It's rather interesting. I don't know what that means. I don't think it really means anything, because like some of these are a little more lucky. Like I think Victoria making it's kind of lucky, but still, I think that's something we should keep our eye on as we progress forward. So we are gonna keep everyone now in one group for the time being. We're gonna once again do the reverse knockout. Bottom two are gonna get knocked out. We went back down to 225 turns since we are gonna be doing a huge map. I don't think this is going to be too giant, but we'll see. Also, I have no idea what is this. Ridges, teamers, and start position? A start position was there, but ridges and teamers? Like, we can do flat earth. When did they add this? I don't think I have a mod on. We could save configuration and make sure I don't have a mod on. Because the only mod that would do that would have been... Whoopsie, wrong button. Would have been the... Alright, my numlock is apparently off. There we go. It was not another map, but I ended up deleting that map because it turned itself on, or deleting that mod. Let's see. Community created content. Oh, better balance start. That's what happened. Okay. Well, whatever. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That's the one thing I'm not a huge fan of, when it automatically turns on mods in the game that you have, but whatever. The other thing to keep in mind is... Actually, I don't know what I was going to say. But anyways, oh yeah, I don't want to remake it because, like, right now the mod's turned on. If I go and turn the mod off, then I have to go and remake all this. And I don't want to do that. So we're just going to load in the game and we'll be back and see how things shape up. All right, let's see how everything shook out. So it looks like it's continent map, if I had to guess. A huge amount of tundra in this one. But it looks like there's only city-states up there, which is probably good. No one's going to be like, oh, this civ got completely crapped on because they spawned in the tundra. Australia is up to the north near the tundra, but they have quite a bit of room to the south. Brazil is directly south of them. Gandhi is east and a little bit south as well. Okay, south of Brazil then is a bunch of city-states, and then Scythia over here. Okay, yeah, we probably could have done a large map. I decided to do huge. I thought about doing large, but I was like, let's just do huge and be safe. Yeah, I'm regretting that now. We could have done large and still had plenty of room. So I guess this is going to be one where we're not going to have as many wars going on early on, but whoever's going to be the bottom two is definitely going to deserve it. England is north of France. Once again, they spawned right next to each other. Okay, we'll see if we actually get some wars this time. And then, yeah, Greece is north of them, and that's the entire western continent. Eastern continent, which is significantly smaller, we got Mapuche with the yellow, interesting color choice. To their east is Sweden with the Teddy white, interesting. Then Teddy is north of them. Rome is right next to Teddy, interesting. Okay, Teddy's also a little bit behind. He still only has one city down. And Aztec is right next to Rome yet again. All right, so Rome is probably in the worst spot, being surrounded by Teddy and Aztecs, especially since Aztecs have been fairly aggressive pretty much every single game. We'll see how that ends up working for them. I mean, probably isn't a great start either for Sweden being next to Mapuche and Teddy. Also, man, this is going to be so slow. I hate these giant games, but it's okay. Where was Sweden? Where did we say Sweden was? Was Sweden over here? Wait, this is Sweden. No. Who was the other one I was thinking of that we hadn't seen? Gandhi. Where's Gandhi? 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 Hi, where you at, buddy? Hello? Where was that? Next to Candy. Oh, Australia. Okay. So then, yeah. Oh, they were north. I think we knew that. You know, I think I thought they were Pericles. Then where the heck is Pericles? There's too many civs. I can't keep track of everyone. Where the heck is Pericles? There's Pericles. Okay. All right. They were next to each other. All right. We're good. So other than Rome and Sweden being in weird spots, I think everyone for the most part is pretty strong. Rome, unfortunately, is going to have some loyalty issues here. I think how Aztecs throwing their cities down. It's also rather unfortunate, too, that Aztecs went straight towards Rome, and now Teddy's actually going towards Rome as well. You know, that could be a little catastrophic. America's got a pretty strong spot here. He doesn't want to go too far north because he could have some loyalty issues, but this is a really strong river here, and he's got a lot of potential cities over here. Especially since Sweden's going to have a bit of a hard time, I think, getting up there, and Sweden actually went south, so... yeah, I think Teddy's got a pretty good position, which, you know, as an American, yay, Teddy, woot. I would love to see Teddy win. Although, I don't know, would people declare bias for Teddy because I'm American? I mean, surely, hopefully not. I mean, now that I mention this, definitely it will happen. But, you know, had I not mentioned this and or brought it up, surely people wouldn't have brought that up. All right, so Scythia, unfortunately, is not near anyone, so she's going to have some, you know, sad times here ahead. Brazil has a pretty decent spot as well. He's also not necessarily in a great spot because he does have Scythia and Australia next to him, but we'll see. I mean, quite frankly, for the most part, everyone has just a lot of room. So it's going to be a while before we actually start seeing any major fights, except for maybe Aztec and Rome, which I imagine Aztec's going to go to war here pretty quickly. Now, keep in mind, Rome has spawned next to Aztec before, and they did survive it. It wasn't just Aztec. It was Aztec, and who was the other one? Was it Brazil? I'm trying to remember who the other one was. That was a while ago. That was like 2 weeks ago, man. And like 2 weeks ago in quarantine time. Like, come on. That's like 6 months in normal time. Looks like Teddy's coming to take out the barbarians as well. Whose turn moves first? I would think Teddy is, right? No, Rome did. And yet none of them ended up taking out that encampment. Okay. Kumasi's probably going to take care of the barbarians to the north, so Rome's in a good spot. Azteca, whatever. The Atza, Azkop, whatever. Anyways, that city took a flood, so it took some damage. Whatever. Sweden's getting down to city number 4. Okay. Mapuche is going straight for Sweden. Now, what's interesting about Sweden here... or sorry, Mapuche is they might be in a bit of a bad spot too, because they don't have as much nice territory to settle as some of the others. Like even Sweden over here, I mean, they have a little bit down here, but then they do have quite a bit of room between here and Teddy. So, you know, I almost feel as if Mapuche could be in a bad spot if they don't have a successful war against Sweden. And Sweden has been pretty good thus far, surviving. Rather interesting mountain ranges here. Also, there is pass-throughs right next to the mountains. Man, if either side declares war on the other one, that's going to be rather interesting. Also, can you imagine putting cities down here? This is a really cool part right there. Yeah, I really kind of dig that range there. All right, Brazil, no one's at war over here. Scythia is not at war, obviously. I don't think Australia is invading with a single slinger. That seems somewhat unlikely. Greece still only has one city up. All right, they're moving city number 2. I wonder if the barbarians slowed them down, but Greece is immediately behind, and Rome ended up losing to Antium. Oh no, it's happening. Rome finally got punished. Oh, finally. Like, okay, keep in mind, Rome has had some really terrible starts, and they've managed to come through every single time. So it's about time they finally get actually punished. The other thing is they put Scythia over here, and Teddy's actually kind of out of room now with Sweden right there, but... the worst part is he's gonna lose most of his troops here, and Teddy's probably gonna take Scythia. Like, I cannot imagine that one not happening unless Teddy goes straight for Rome, which hopefully the AI is not that dumb. But then again, Rome ended up beating back these Eagle Warriors. I don't think they have enough troops to take back Antium, but we shall see. So Greece is gonna be in last place as of now because they only have the one city. Trajan then is in second. Teddy's actually in third to the bottom, but it looks like there's a war declaration. Yeah, there it is. And Scythia is going to give Teddy just a little bit of juice going forward. We'll be intrigued to see. Okay, so Sweden actually declared on Mapuche, it appears. Interesting. No, they didn't declare on Mapuche. It must have been a flood or something. But it looks like they're going to be at war with each other, which once again might just benefit Teddy. Teddy might have had the most... amazing start simply because everyone just blew up their enemies. So Aztecs are still at war. They don't really have troops though to push forward right this second. Rome did end up losing Scythia, so now Rome is down to 2 cities. Can Rome come back from this? Yes-ish, maybe. The biggest issue Long term against Teddy, they're not going to have much of a chance unless Teddy is pulling. Nah, see, he's popping campuses down. Yeah, Teddy's already got his campuses out. So Teddy's going to be really strong in this game, I think. I would imagine he doesn't have a religion then either. Sweden actually got Protestant religion. He doesn't have any holy sites or anything like that. So, yeah, I imagine Teddy's not going to go for a religion here. So he's going to be really strong. Aztecs, on the other hand, might not be as strong as the game goes on. So if Rome has a chance to come back, it's going to be basically having to use science to take a lead. And then, you know, maybe even hoping Teddy comes and beats up a little bit of the Aztecs. But we'll see. Any other wars happening as of now? Now, the funny thing is, I was going to say, you know, well, Rome's not one of the better civs in the game, so it's about time for them to, you know, exit. But then again, you still have England in here. You still have, let's see, who else is kind of weak? I mean, Pericles, it's just so hit or miss with Pericles. I mean, even Gandhi. Although Gandhi, like, it's just those elephants, man. If he can survive up until the point where he gets elephants, he's fine. Speaking of which, he's currently at war with Australia, but he's about to get the elephants, so he's going to be fine. Now, he does have some issues to the south, and those barbarians are pushing really hard on Delhi, but that's his capital, so he can't lose it. Okay. Then Scythia's at war against Brazil, it appears? Nope, they're friendly. They're friendly. Brazil's looking really strong. Scythia's not looking as strong. She's got 4 cities up. France is sitting at 5, though. But she's dealing with barbarians. Rome is only at 3 right now. So England. So England's a bit behind, and obviously Greece is a bit behind. And then obviously, too, as well, Rome. And Rome is about to lose their capital. So yeah, Teddy's going to knock out Rome here. Now, the downside is this is going to go straight over the Aztecs. There's nothing Teddy can do unless he throws a city. Even now, there's no way Teddy holds on to this. So this is very unfortunate because he's going to waste a whole bunch of troops on something he can't hold. I would much rather see him come after Sweden, personally. Speaking of which, Mapuche, they're hurt. Or is it more floods? Nope. Sweden's now at war with Mapuche, and Mapuche is going to take Uppsala. All right, then. Yeah. So we might not end up needing to go to 225 turns here. Because if Teddy ends up taking out Rome, and Sweden ends up getting killed over here by Mapuche, well, just GG at that point. I want to look at the eras. So golden eras across the board except Australia, France, Brazil, Rome, and Aztecs, which maybe potentially gives Teddy a chance to hold on. Maybe. Depending on governors. I mean, maybe. If he takes Kumai here pretty quickly and he moves the governor over there, there is a small chance he can hold on to that. But yeah, Rome's going to be officially eliminated now, which is kind of depressing. We'll see whether or not Teddy goes and finishes off Sweden. So, congratulations to everyone else for basically not spawning next to Teddy and Aztecs. The really disappointing thing is, you know, Teddy had a really terrible game, I think, last time, but this one he is being Teddy. You know, he's pulling out the Mongolian aggression that sometimes he can have, and, you know, he's also getting the science, too. Like, if we look at yields here, I bet his science is one of the best. 36. Yeah, I mean, would be such a good game for Teddy if this game went to full length. So it's kind of unfortunate, just a little unfortunate, that this is just, you know, not like the finals or something like that. So at a certain point, we will no longer, I mean, we'll still do the reverse rounds, but it's going to be like, we'll do like full games, not these shorter rounds. But I want to get down to maybe at least 8, like a standard size map before we worry about that, just because, you know, these games get so slow with 12 players. Like, even now, you know, it's still going pretty slow, and there's not that many units on the board. So if we were at, like, turn 300, oh my gosh. All right, Stockholm fell as well. Uppsala, though, is full loyalty. Stockholm is not. I wonder if Uppsala is going to flip 10 turns? Maybe. So right now, it definitely seems as if it's going to be Sweden and Rome eliminated. Kumai is falling. Teddy, just the aggression, man. Yeah. What's crazy is, what about Teddy versus Aztecs? They're about equal in the army size. I was going to say they're probably not friendly with each other because of grievances inflicted, which is just a hilarious thing considering they're both fighting the same person. I don't think there's any... I think if you're in a war together, there is a relationship bonus. I think if you're attacking someone, like, you shouldn't get a grievance penalty towards a civ that is like okay, both Rome and Aztecs both do not like Rome. Therefore, they shouldn't get grievances towards each other for killing Rome. They should, if anything, get benefits because they're killing someone that they hate. Also, Rome's about to flip. What happened? He's just switched his policies. Oh, he took a troop out. Oh my God, what are you doing? Oh, and he's actually not even going to take Cumae because he doesn't have a melee troop. Maybe that's why he moved him out. Now, he finally got up there, but Rome's gonna, went down to 4 because he put the guy back in there. I don't know if Cumae is gonna end up being enough, though. I mean, it's size 6. There's quite a bit of cities over here. Like, the populations aren't weak. It's gonna be a close one, whether or not it flips. Positive 13. Nope, it's not flipping. Okay, then. There you go. And Rome is now officially eliminated. Apologies to all my friends who like Rome. I was actually thinking, you know, it would be really cool to see a Rome, an alternate Rome, you know, with Caesar or Caesar Augustus or something along those lines. Which, by the way, on the Civ Reddit, some people were doing some digging and steaming, and it appears that there's going to be some new DLC coming out for Civ, which is interesting. No ideas what it's going to be or anything about it, and literally, I'm just peddling rumors. So if I'm completely wrong, apologies, but it appears that might be happening, which is exciting. Some people think it might be more civilizations, which, I mean, there's already so many civs in the game. Although I can't imagine it'd be another DLC yet. I mean, well, okay, so let's see. Gathering Storm was a year ago. When was Rise and Fall? Rise and Fall, Civ 6. When did that one come out? So let's see. That one came out February 2018. All right, so then no, they're right on time for it. Gathering Storm came out then February 2019. Yeah, so we're actually a couple months behind then, which once again kind of makes sense with the coronavirus. But even before that, they probably would have, like, February, it still wasn't too terrible, at least in America. So, yeah, I don't know. I imagine there's still going to be another a DLC. Usually Civ you can plan on having 3, and most when you look at like the lifespan of Civ, you know, I don't think Civ 7's coming in the next couple years. At least not this year, and probably not early next year. And so if that's the case, you probably still want some more DLC just to extend the lifespan. But anywho, Mapuche ended up killing all but 2 Sweden cities, so it's probably just a matter of time now before Sweden gets knocked out. I mean, I kind of hope so, just so we can get another game going. Because I would really hate to just have to sit here and, you know, speculate for the next, like, 3 episodes. Which might happen, might not happen, we shall see. Any other wars happening? The Brazil-Australia war seemed to go in Brazil's favor. Australia is looking really weak right about now. Actually, no. It was Australia against India, was it not? Yeah, I think so. Because it was Brazil potentially against Scythia, which they're both, you know, they're fine with each other. They're not fighting. France and England, once again, spawning on each other's butts and neither of them fighting. Interesting cities, though. Yeah, I really do like these city locations. Put one, like, right there, too. And we do have a war now between Greece and England. Now, the thing is, it's maybe a little too late in this game for there to be anyone else knocked out. Like, even if England wins this, it would be really hard for them to knock out Greece quick enough. Sweden's down to 2 towns. Like, I just don't see it rolling. Like, the only reason these people get absolutely just rolled over is usually early game because they end up with, like, no troops and then they just have no way to combat them. Or to, like, basically defend, and then the civs just go, keep going, keep conquering. Now, when you talk about over here, they have enough production, especially on deity, where they're going to be able to pop out enough units just to make England bleed enough that even if England starts taking a couple cities, they're probably not going to take them all. So now the question is whether or not... Okay, Sweden is not friendly with Teddy. I think that's a matter of time, unless, of course, Teddy and Aztecs go to war, which would be very disappointing, by the way. Only because I just want to see Sweden knocked down. Alright, so I got a new mouse pad, so I'm buying a new desk. Which, you know, since there's not really much for us to talk about, I'm buying a new desk, which I'm using a desk that my dad made for me when I was a kid, which has, like, sentimental value for me, but it's not really, like, the best kind of gaming desk. mostly because like my chair can't fit underneath it. So that kind of encourages really bad posture. My monitors, both of them don't fit on it. So it's like I've needed a larger desk. So I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's just buy a larger desk. So since I did that, I decided to get some of the overpriced Razer lighting, since I already have the Black Widow and the Death Adder mouse, which is really cool because now I got this nice lighting scheme going. But the problem is I'm not used to this mouse pad. It's actually making my wrists sweat a little bit. But we'll have to see. I rather do like this mouse pad, though. It's a really cool mouse pad. Although my mouse isn't lighting up right now. So the color scheme that I ended up grabbing is not lighting up my mouse. We might need to change that. But anywho. Sweden, have you ended up losing anything else yet? So, Greece has ended up pushing England now. England might not prevail this time. Interesting. Sweden ended up taking some damage on their one city. I don't know if that was like a tornado or something. They're still at war with Mapuche. They're no longer denounced by Teddy, which is interesting. They're trying to spread a religion, which is also rather interesting. Now, the question is, are they anywhere close to anyone else? Yeah, they're not that far from Pericles, but Pericles is, you know, basically just got a bunch of extra score. Although they're not going to hold on to Bristol. I don't think there's any way. Also, who had a Dark Age over here? They both had Golden Ages. So yeah, definitely not going to hold it. Now, depending on this next era, that could make a big difference. So theoretically, England could actually get knocked out. England's down to 2 towns. Yeah, and they lost Hull. Oh! All right. There's actually a chance that England gets knocked out, not Sweden. Sweden, you might have just lucked out. We shall see. Also, the barbarians are going pretty heavy. We'll see whether or not, if England gets a Dark Age, that could be catastrophic. Also, I don't see France being able to grab anything else simply because terrain here is just not going to really help France move any troops across. So it would have to probably come from Greece if England loses the rest of their stuff. Sweden's still holding on. Mapuche slowed down, even though they're still at war. It's got a lot of troops over there, but not really doing anything. He also just got the Forbidden Sea, no, Terracotta Army, because he just got a promotion with everyone. It's really going to come down to whether or not Teddy ends up jumping in on this, although he doesn't have any troops on Sweden's borders. All right, what do we get? Sweden got a Dark Age. Everyone else got a normal age except Australia, Scythia, and Mapuche. Ooh. Nope. That's probably a really bad Dark Age, just FYI. Give me grievances and whatever, double towards that. They're going to target ban anyways. Okay. Loyalty plus 10, loyalty plus 4.2. Also, some people have been, I've seen a couple comments on it now when people are using this mod and they're like, hey, it ends at World Congress and you can't advance it. Which, yeah, that happens. I think like this is one of them right now. Yeah, this is actually one of those cases where like there's no way for me to advance the timer. So what you have to do is you have to hit Shift Enter, which just force ends your turn, which you can also use in single player if, for example, you like just don't really care and you don't want to like finish all of your turn abilities. You can always just hit Shift Enter to just force end your turn. So that's what you have to do with this mod just to keep things rolling, which is kind of annoying that they have that, but yeah, whatever. So I probably should have stopped right there and gone to another episode, but like I feel like we're so close to this ending. Sweden is looking like they're getting surrounded right now. They do have a bunch of catapults. Mapuche does have crossbows, and they also have a couple catapults. If they get those horsemen up, that's where it's going to really make a difference. The warriors are really bad, though. The warriors aren't going to help. Over here with England, Bristol's going to flip back, it looks like. England's still dealing with a lot of barbarians, but I think England's going to be fine. Now, question... Unless, of course, see, London won't fall. If they lose... leads, oh, they lost their settler, but if they lose leads to the barbarian, that would change the game. Christina's still, yeah, actually Pericles is behind Victoria still. Interesting. Nah, man, these catapults are kicking butt, and then so are the warrior monks. Mapuche's running out of steam. Now Teddy, on the other hand, is rolling around with knights, which can make a pretty big deal here, especially since Sweden doesn't have walls yet. I mean, a 48 combat strength against 30 and 32, that's going to work pretty well. Especially if he gets a couple catapults. But we'll just have to see whether or not Teddy is interested in a war, and it doesn't look like he is. I feel like, is he at war with Aztecs? No, but they're still just like right on each other's butts. I don't know what they're doing right now. So Teddy is not losing Rome now, and that's on an equal era as Aztecs. Yeah. Now, if he gets a dark era, that might provide, or if he gets dark golden, something along those lines, that's where things might get interesting. He's going to throw another city down. Yes, that would be very helpful. That would definitely help keep his cities. He needs to get them growing as quick as possible. Get a granary going. Mapuche did end up losing the steam. They're just going to have to keep going, isn't it? England's got a bunch of crossbows. So they should be okay to survive this wave. It just is really going to depend on how much of Greece, how many troops Greece is going to send. Right now, they still have a bunch of troops back in their home territory. They're only invading with like maybe a fifth of their force. What's happening over here? We've not been paying attention to anyone else. Aztecs, sorry, Australia and Gandhi are no longer at war, all right? Scythia and Brazil don't seem to be at war, and if they are, they're not really accomplishing much. Oh, Scythia's at war with France, however. Not that... I mean, France took a little damage here, but I'm pretty sure that's just from the flood. Oh, man, another flood. Wow. Unless that was the horsemen charging. I don't think that was the horsemen charging. I think that was back-to-back floods right there. That kind of sucked for France. Scythia's bringing a lot of troops. Is that going to hurt France long-term? No. I think France should be fine long-term. Bristol did go back to England, but Greece is still right there, so we'll see. Wave 2 of Mapuche is coming. Well, this is like wave 5 technically, but wave 2 of their most recent offensive is coming. But Sweden's looking better and better as time progresses. So it's really going to come down to, really, you put Boston there? Not there? I mean, I suppose, like, okay, if housing wasn't an issue or wasn't always going to be an issue, okay. Or if you would just go straight for the aqueduct, okay, perhaps. But, like, this city's just never going to grow, man. Here, you're going to have a little more loyalty issue with it, for sure, but at least you're going to be able to grow it at a halfway decent speed. All right, well, I guess we're just going to need to put a pause here. Greece is going for London. It's really coming down to, like, who's going to end up losing first. Yeah, I guess let's just put a pause here, and I'm just going to keep the thing going. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. What happened to Scythia? Her offensive just got, like, halted, man. All right, we'll be right back next episode. Later, everyone.